Hello world, my name is Nick360 and welcome to Either IO, or as is otherwise known, Would You Rather. You get a choice of two options given here and I have to pick which one, and I'm going to try and do it rationally. I'm going to try and rationally decide which decision would make the most sense. So let us begin without any delay. Would you rather swim in a pool of poop or get your head stuck in an elephant's rear end? Alright. So the thing here is you always try and look for little loopholes, but that aren't too ridiculous. So swim in a pool of poop. For how long, I guess, is the really big question here. So if I have to only swim in it for like 15 seconds, it would be gross, but I'd be able to do it. But if I got my head stuck into an elephant's rear end, I love these questions because they're ridiculous. If I got my head stuck in an elephant's rear end, I'd probably die or get seriously injured. Like my neck would get hurt. Doing that. And it would be gross because it would smell. Like both these situations, they would smell really bad and it would be disgusting, but I wouldn't get hurt with one. So I'm going to swim in a pool of poop. Alright, a majority of people agreed with me. Sit on a cold toilet seat or sit on a warm toilet seat. Again, it's by how much, but in general I like to lean more towards cold. It's just a preference for me. I tend to like cold. It was pretty much 50-50. Alright. Spend 5 years in prison, but return to your old life with no ill consequences. Never go to prison, but move every year for the rest of your life. So lose 5 years of my life, like just gone in jail forever, with no ill consequences. So I don't get like abuse or trauma or anything like that, and then it wouldn't affect how much money I make or job. I mean, I would lose that 5 years, but other than that, I assume that's what they're saying. Or never go to prison, but move every year. So I'd have to move. Moving sucks. But it's 5 years versus the inconvenience of moving for every year that I live. I mean, it doesn't even basically have to be prison. It could just basically be just anywhere. It could be trapped on an island. You know, it's basically the same thing, except in prison, you guarantee yourself a roof on your head and food on your plate and a bathroom and shelter and... This is actually really tough. I don't know why I'm thinking about this so hard. Never go to prison, but move... Oh, wait, I found a loophole. My other option is I have to move every day, but then I cannot go to prison. And if I can't go to prison, then I can do whatever I want without having to worry about the law prosecuting me. So I'm going to pick that one. It was 50-50, but I think that was a little loophole-ish. Alright, be able to travel at light speed or be able to read minds. Well, I wouldn't be able to do anything on Earth because I'm moving... I'd be able to get up to light speed. Well, I'd break physics, but I'm assuming they're within like 0.0000001 the speed of light. That's what I think they're talking about. In which case, be able to read... Just read minds because, again, I don't... Well, unless that means I could, like... it'd basically be teleportation then. Would I be able to... Without... I mean, I could teleport... But I could only travel up to the speed of light. And I'm assuming... Oh, it says down below, I don't know if you can read it, you can breathe in space. That changes my mind. So for both of these, I'd be able to breathe in space. I'd rather be able to just wherever I want to go. But I didn't, not everyone agrees with me. Marry an unattractive 64-year-old and drink your cat's pee every morning What? Marry an attractive 64-year-old, in this case for me it would be a woman, and drink your cat's pee every morning for breakfast in order to save her. So he's assuming you have to marry someone, that they're 65 years old, and that they have a medical condition which they die. Then the option is I either have to let her die or drink cat pee every morning. Well, I wouldn't want to hold that on my conscience, but it would be pretty disgusting. But I mean, pee is sterile. Pee is sterile. Everyone knows that. So that would suck. Wait, no. Oh, I didn't even read the question. If your mom was about to die, I'd have to marry an unattractive, or I'd have to let my mom die, not my wife. Or I'd have to let my mom die. I'd do that to save my mom. Not most people would. Allow the government to experiment on you, not allow the government to experiment on me. If you had superpowers from an unknown origin, blue consequences: imprisonment, imprisonment and death, If I choose red, I could never know the truth behind my power, be ostracized, and be hunted. There's too much details down here. So imprisonment and death, never know the truth, ostracized, hunted. I guess if I had to choose between imprisonment and death and being hunted and ostracized, I'm gonna go with this option. Okay, would you rather have to smile every waking hour? Oh, every waking hour, okay. Or have to laugh loudly every 30 minutes. I could probably... See, smiling... I would probably do smiling just because it would be more convenient. Very rarely do you have to be, like, serious and not have a... I assume every waking... Let me see. Every waking hour just means once every hour. Or is it supposed to mean, like, just all the time, no matter what the situation is? Because that would be too inconvenient for me in my mind versus having to laugh loudly every 30 minutes. But if I just had to smile once, like a big beaming smile once every hour that I was awake, I think that would be less convenient. Or that'd be more convenient than having to laugh loudly every 30 minutes. But I do like to laugh. That's the thing, is I like to laugh. But, you know, smiling's good for you. You're supposed to smile. It tricks your brain into thinking you're happy. So I'm going to choose smiling, assuming that it's only once every hour that I'm awake. And a majority of people seem to agree with me. Shotgun a beer or funnel a beer? I guess funnel, because I could just drink it at whatever rate I could drink it, versus shotgun. I don't know. I've never done either of these, so I have no frame of reference, but if I understand correctly, shotgun a beer is you basically poke two holes in the... They're basically the same thing. You poke two holes in the pop can, and because there's two holes, the air can get in, which means that there can be pressure differential, which means beer's always flowing out of the can, and so you have to drink the whole can in one go. Or funnel a beer, it's basically the same thing. You take a tube and a funnel, and you take a beer, and you pour it in there, and then you have to drink the whole thing as fast. They're basically the same thing. I guess just for convenience... Or no, I think this one is just less mess, so I'm just going to pick that one simply... Okay, maybe there's a difference. It's a PBR. I assume that's just the brand of beer. I might be horribly wrong. Steal an elderly woman's purse, or tell 10 orphans that Christmas is canceled. Christmas would actually be canceled. You wouldn't be able to give the purse back either. Oh shoot. Steal a woman's purse. So I'd have to actually steal her purse, and then assume I get caught. And then... Actually, it's not even just tell, it's actually take away Christmas. What does that even mean, like, to take away Christmas? Like, they don't get presents? So I have to take presents away from 10 orphan children, or steal an elderly woman's purse, and, like, actually steal them. I can't just pretend to steal them and then give it back. I suppose it's 1 versus 10. I'm just gonna do this one, because it's only one person. I mean, it's basically... Well, then, the only thing is that I'm not stealing. That's the thing, is it's stealing versus not giving someone gift, or somehow by preventing them from getting gifts. Stealing, I could get arrested for. This one, it's mean, but it's not actually a crime. Well, shoot. This is actually really tough. Alright, I'm going to do this one. Oh, that was pretty much 50-50. What would you have done? I don't even know. Eat a 5-course meal in front of 10 starving children, or steal the bucket from 5 Salvation Army Santas. No, you can't give them your leftovers, and you have to spend the stolen money on things for yourself. This is the same question. I'm just going to move on. Constantly stumble when walking, or constantly stutter when speaking. I'd rather stumble when walking, because then people think you have a physical condition. I mean, this is a mental condition, but I like to be able to talk. I like explaining things. I like being able to have detailed conversations. I like being very technical. I think my speaking skill is more important than my walking skill. And worst case scenario is that I either get crutches or a wheelchair. Yeah. And a majority of people agree with me that they'd rather talk than walk. Or at least talk poorly, or have everything you touch turn to dust, or have everything you touch turn to gold. Well, yeah, I'd be okay. So one is I don't even know exactly. I assume it means with your hands. Everything you touch with your hands, because otherwise I'd just become a black hole of either. Well, if it did dust, then I'd sink into it. So I'd sink into my chair because it turned to dust, and then I'd hit the floor, and then I'd sink into that because I'd turn to dust. Like, and I don't. I'd become a black hole of everything dust, and I'd fall through the Earth, and then the mantle turns to dust, and then because there's not enough rock, the whole Earth is destroyed. Basically, the same thing could happen if everything turned to gold, but I wouldn't sink through things. But then I would die because everything. Well, no, I mean, if everything I touch, like my clothes would turn to dust, or my clothes would turn to gold, I'd be trapped if they were turned to gold. But I'm gonna just ignore that scenario altogether and assume it's only my hands. So only things I touch with my hands. I assume if I touch my hands to each other, they don't turn to gold. If I touch my face, I assume I'm immune. Does it say that? Including food and people. So I'm gonna die. So I'd rather just, if I'm gonna die, then I'm just gonna have everything turn to gold for my family to be able to get that gold. All right. If you could only do one, sit or stand. I don't mind standing that much. I sit way too much. I wish I could get a standing desk. Yeah, I'd rather stand. People don't agree with me. Whatever. Be swallowed head first or be swallowed feet first. So I'd be either see the teeth or basically, well, I'm assuming I'm gonna die in both scenarios. Or I'm gonna live. But if I'm being swallowed, I'm gonna die. Would I rather be swallowed head first or feet first? I mean, I guess feet first would save me, at least my head would be free for seconds longer, so I guess this one. I don't know. Alright. Oh, be the first on the moon. Okay, that was not even a real question. Okay. Okay, would you rather live in Tokyo or Hong Kong? I'm gonna leave this one up to you guys. I think that this is a pretty interesting question. It really shows how much you care about each one. I mean, it depends on what you know about each one. I don't really know a lot about either of these. One's Japan, one's China. Actually, now I know which one I'm going to choose. But I'm going to leave this one to you guys, so you can leave your answers down in the comments below. Otherwise, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to support my channel, you can press a like in the thingy where the likes are. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!